Hello, BookTube. This is a bookshelf tour, bookcase number 10, and this is the second shelf. We'll start off here with a biography by Edwin Williamson of Borges. This came out, there's an old New Yorker bookmark. This was a Viking book, and it came out in 2004. So I've always been a fan of Borges, and so oddly enough I have a biography in none of the great man's literary works. So I'll need to find some. I've read them, but it'd be nice to have in the library. Then we move on to Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Here I have Love in the Time of Cholera. Picture of the author. This is translated from the Spanish by Edith Grossman, Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1988. And then moving right along with Marquez is The General and His Labyrinth. And this one is Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1990. Again, Edith Grossman is the translator. And moving right along, 100 Years of Solitude. Beautiful cover, isn't it? And this one was translated from the Spanish by Gregory Rabasa, HarperCollins, excuse me. And this is first edition, and it is from 1970. Oh no, this is a hardcover, reissue published in 2003, and then it says first edition. I find that to be a little misleading, but maybe I just didn't read it right. And this is, the book itself is designed by Elliot Beard, and I think it's quite a lovely design. So here you go. So I misread that, but then we move on to one of my favorites, and a favorite literary character in his own right. I really enjoy Umberto Eco. If you ever get a chance, go on YouTube. They have video clips that shows what his home library looked like. And I loved his sense of humor. And I've always just really enjoyed him. Some people don't, but I really like him. So here's Umberto Eco, 6 Walks in the Fictional Woods. And these are the Charles Eliot Norton Lectures for 1993. This was published by Harvard University Press, Cambridge, Mass., and London, England, 1994. This Harvard University Press paperback is from 95, though. In this book, Umberto Eco shares with us his secret life as a reader, his love for Mad Magazine, for Scarlett O'Hara, for the 19th century novelist Nerval Sylvie, for Little Red Riding Hood, Agatha Christie, Agent 007, and all his ladies. We see, hear, and feel Umberto Eco, the passionate reader who has gotten lost over and over again in the woods and loved it, and come back to tell a tale. So then we have Umberto Eco Travels in Hyperreality. And this is translated from the Italian by William Weaver. It's a Helen and Kurt Wolff book. Harcourt Brace Johanovich, publishers, San Diego, New York, and London. Looks like it's 1983. And this is Umberto Eco, novelist, cultural critic extraordinaire, displays here the same wit, learning, and lively intelligence that delighted readers of The Name of the Rose. So there are essays on everything from Thomas Aquinas to Casablanca. And this little volume is one I really like. This is Umberto Eco, How to Travel with a Salmon, and Other Essays. And I guess that's him doing it. A teeny little volume. Helen and Kurt Wolff book again, Harcourt Brace and Company, New York, San Diego, London. And this one was published in 1994. So a little collection of essays. And then here's the famous book, Umberto Eco, The Name of the Rose. This is a Helen Kurt Wolf book again, Harcourt Bracing Company, New York, 1980, translated from the Italian by William Weaver. One of the novels I really enjoyed. And then if you want more of his conspiracy type stuff, here's Umberto Eco, Foucault's Pendulum. There he is. Again, this is translated from the Italian by William Weaver. A Helen and Kurt Wolf book again. Harcourt Brace Yanovich Publishers, San Diego, New York, London, 1988. And Umberto Eco, The Island of the Day Before. Look at that. And this is Helen and Kurt Wolf book, Harcourt Brace and Company, New York, 1994, translated again by William Weaver. And Umberto Eco, Bottolino, another novel. And this one is Harcourt Incorporated, New York, translated by from the Italian by William Weaver. And this is 2000. Then one of his later ones, I really didn't get into much, but it just may have been me and may have been when I was reading. It's a paperback copy here, The Prague Cemetery. That's a conspiracy type thing he's playing around with. This one was translated from the Italian by Richard Dixon. It's a Mariner book, Houghton and Mifflin, Harcourt, Boston, New York, and that's 2010. Then we'll move into another one of my favorite Italian writers. That's Roberto Colasso. And then the first one here is The Marriage of Cadmus and Harmony. Colasso's he's an editor for Adelphi Editions in Milan, which you can see right there. That's him. He's a little older looking now, like we all are. Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1993. This was translated from the Italian by Tim Parks. And Colasso does a lot with myth and cultural history and the big mix of them. This here, another Colasso is called Ka, Stories of the Mind and Gods of India. So where the other one was Greek, this one's from India. Then you can see what interests him. This one again is translated by Tim Parks from the Italian, Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1998. And a lot of what interests him is what interests me also, so I enjoy his stuff very much. Here's Roberto Colasso, The Ruins of Cash, translated by William Weaver and Stephen Sartorelli. And this one is the Belknap Press, a Harvard University Press, Cambridge, Massachusetts, 1994. I don't have everything he's done. I would like to, so I need to catch up a little bit. This is Roberto Colasso, and this is K, and obviously it's about Kafka. And this is translated from the Italian by Jeffrey Brock, Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 2005. And there's a picture of Colasso right there. And here is Roberto Colasso, The 49 Steps, translated by John Shepley. This is University of Minnesota Press, Minneapolis, and 2000 and, just looked at it, 2001. 49 steps refers to the Talmudic doctrine that there are 49 steps to meaning in every passage of the Torah. Employing this interpretive approach, Colosso offers a secret history of European literature and philosophy in the wake of Nietzsche, Marx, and Freud. Colosso analyzes how figures ranging from Gustav Flaubert, Gottfried Benn, Karl Kraus, Martin Heidegger, Walter Benjamin, Franz Kafka, Bertolt Brecht, and Theodor Adorno, have contributed to or been emblematic of the current state of Western thought. And then another one of his here is Literature and the Gods, Roberto Colosso. This is translated from the Italian by Tim Parks, Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 2001. Let's see. Based on the prestigious Weidenfeld lectures Roberto Colosso gave at Oxford in May 2000, Literature and the Gods traces the return of pagan divinities to Western literature from their first reappearance at the beginning of the modern era to their place in literature of our own time. So, then I have The Art of War by Sun Tzu, edited with a foreword by James Clavell. Many of you will remember Clavell. There was a time there when his novels were everywhere. Taipan, Shogun, Noble House. So this here is a Delacorte Press, and it's 1983. Then to finish up this fascinating little volume, Barbarians and Mandarins, 13 Centuries of Western Travelers in China by Nigel Cameron. Fascinating book. Here's the end papers. And this is a Weatherhill book, Walker Weatherhill, New York and Tokyo. And this is the first edition of 1970. It's illustrated throughout. So if you're into travel writing, that's a very interesting one. That was the second shelf of the 10th bookcase. Thank you, BookTube.